Welcome to the MoxStars podcast. I am Menace, one of your hosts, and today we're without Rampage. He's traveling, so he's not on the show today. But I do have Annihilator.
Yes, I am.
What
I'm here always.
is up, dude?
What is up, dude?
Welcome to the show, everybody. This is the MoxStars podcast, the number one podcast on the internet for Magic the Gathering, Dr. Pepper, and Plays of the Week.
Plays of the week.
Yeah, we have a really spicy play of the week for you all today. If you'd like to support the show, you can do so by finding us on YouTube, where you can like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more notifications. 621 subscribers. Thank you all for the support. You can also support us on all podcasting platforms by leaving us a 5-star review to make us look super duper cool. You can also find us on Patreon by becoming an official Pepperhead for $3 a month. You can become an official Pepperhead, have your name turned Dr. Pepper Red, like Gabe, McOy, and definitely Jeremy, Mono Greg, Reven Lift, UWP Court, Will Rule, Poolboy Barry, Ryan G, Adam, and we have our first ever MoxStars fan club member. This is a brand new tier I just put up this week because I didn't know that people didn't like Dr. Pepper. That it was such a, like, it was a barrier of entry. That they saw that, like, the love for Dr. Pepper went so against their values but they still wanted to support the show. And so they need an additional tier. And so we accommodate here at the MoxStars podcast. You can head over to Patreon and find our newest tier, the MoxStars Fan Club. That is also $3 a month. And instead of Dr. Pepper Red, your name turns the exact opposite color, lime green, on the Discord server. So if you see any lime greeners over there on the Discord
like
server.
Squirt.
Yeah. That's quite literally the exact opposite soda.
Yeah.
Like
Squirt. There's the antithesis to every soda, right? So Squirt, Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
You like root beer.
Sprite. Yeah. Those are very opposite.
Those are opposites.
Yeah. One thing I want to shout before we move forward, like there's different qualities of like Dr. Pepper. We obviously have the different flavors and stuff like that.
Yes.
But like, I want to quick talk about like the quality of Dr. Pepper you get out of like a 2-liter, a 20-ounce bottle, like
What's the best?
The best is out of the can.
I think the can is superior for almost all things. This might be wrong, but I frequently order cans at bars.
Of beer?
Yeah. Some things I'll get on draft.
Yeah.
But like depending, like, I don't know. I think some stuff is just always like consistent if it's canned.
Yeah.
Especially for like cheaper beer and cheaper. It's like, if, I'll get it canned.
Yeah. That's such a great point. 'Cause I will not I guess when I'm out and I'm getting like a beer, right? On draft is usually what I'll go for. Ultimately, I just want to be able to rank Dr. Pepper's quality, just like standard Dr. P, because they're like very rarely do you go to like a fountain machine and they have multiple flavors of Dr. Pepper.
No,
Right.
That's more of like a Coke thing.
Yeah.
Now they have
A Pib Extra on there. No.
I love the machines where you can like customize all the flavors.
Yeah.
I don't use them. I just get water, but I like that I have the option to make like vanilla. It's like if I'm gonna live in like a dystopia, I want to at least have like optional flavored drinkies.
Yeah. It's like so for me it goes like can, right? And the reason I'm having this discussion is because yesterday I went to get pizza and I got a fountain Dr. Pepper.
You did.
Yeah. So
I was surprised.
Right. Can near the top. Well, because any Dr. Pepper is better than no Dr. Pepper.
True.
Right below can, I think it's the mini can.
That's still a can.
Well, there's the standard can.
We're getting this granular that
the mini can.
You're gonna delineate between the big can and
there's just not enough in there. There's just not enough in the mini can. All right.
I think the mini can is a joke. I don't understand who it's for. If I was at a kid's soccer game, if I was playing like youth soccer and I came off the field and they're like, "Here's some orange slices," and we have mini cans of, I'd be like, "Get out of here." Just give me the orange. Just give me the orange slice.
Yeah, like the mini bottles of Gatorade. It's like,
yeah, just
what are we doing?
Who is that for?
Yeah, it's like when you go to like you're out at Halloween and you're
Even
like
if
getting
you're a
mini
kid.
candy bars and someone hands out a king size and you're like, I
feel like the environmental impact
No, that's the
of
same
making
thing.
a small can is like, it's not even worth you get a sip. You get 2 good sips.
Yeah. Like, and especially when you're getting a really crisp, cold Dr. P, it's like you get that first sip where you're like,
you get 2 sips.
Well, I think it's like you get a sip and you're just like, ooh, brother, that's exactly what I was looking for. And then you chug and then you like get a real good suck on that can.
Do you think there's something to the whole like McDonald's Sprite thing?
It's the straws are wider. Like that's it.
I think that's it.
That's it. People say it's different, but
it does. It tastes like your brain goes static a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know, but
well, speaking of being offered in so many different ways, what is the okay? I'm gonna link this back to what the hell we're even talking about.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna find the through line.
Okay,
I often try and do this.
All right, you are Tanjiro looking for the.
So on one hand, we have that there are many different serving options for your favorite soda.
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper.
Oh, yeah.
There's cans, there's bottles. Some are better than others.
Correct.
Which one would you eliminate completely?
Like, fountain soda is the worst.
No, but if you had to kill one, you kill one.
The 2 liter.
2 liter?
2 liter Dr. Pepper. Gone.
All right. Magic-wise, which pack format? Because now there's collectors, there's play, there's draft.
Oof.
Gosh. And there's more, right? There's collectors, play, and draft boosters for sure for every set.
Yeah. Yep. That's pretty much it. I'm trying to. I would probably eliminate the collectors.
I would also, and I think the collectors is the 2 liter.
Yeah, like
because it's like, hey, you get more, but it's crap. Like the play booster is more consistent. It's better.
Yeah,
it's better. You'll get a rare. You might get 2. You might get a rare and a foil, or the foil could be rare.
Yeah.
Collector, it's like we're going to guarantee that it's all really shiny.
Yes,
it might all be shiny.
The greatest crime to Magic the Gathering.
It might be shiny shit, but it's all going to be shiny. You're going to pay that 2 liter price. And then you're going to open it. You're going to be like,
well 2 liters are like $1.79.
You're like, there's a lot of cards in here, but it's bad.
Yeah.
Oh, no. You're right. 2 liters.
Yeah, they're way cheaper. Now, what I will say,
it doesn't work because the collector is literally 4 times per card the price of the other packs.
Now, I did say that collector's boosters were the greatest crime to Magic the Gathering. That's not true. It is a great crime. It's not the greatest crime.
It's not the greatest.
No, but I will say that for someone who likes foils, the collector's booster ruined foils.
No, it did. Yeah, I still remember when they started making them, that the pricing for every set since they started releasing premium product, it's become so that if you look at the average price of every card from all of the sets since they started making this premium product, the non-foils are cheaper. Or no, the non-foils are more expensive.
More expensive, correct.
The foils are cheaper. And that's great for me because I don't like foils. I like to read my cards. And like, I have a connection to foils. When I was growing up, like the foils that I wanted were the F&M foils. You saw this yesterday. I was through my
tons
cards. I have all these deep cut F&M foils that I've gotten since I was like 9 years old.
You had to be at the event to get them, or pay a premium.
Monk, the freaking, the regrowth, like all of these.
The Fatal Push, I still think is the best.
It's great.
Fatal Push they've ever made. Yeah,
it's beautiful. It has the DCI swoop. It's that little star in the corner. That's what I want. So those are the only foils I put in my deck as like an aesthetic choice. When I'm building my decks, I say everything's non-foil if possible. What really pisses me off is they make some Commander exclusive stuff because now they also have like Jumpstart packs that'll have. So no, there's 4 now because there's Jumpstart packs too that'll have Commander product that isn't otherwise printed outside.
It's not available outside of Jumpstart.
Right.
Correct. Yeah.
And so those non-foils are worth a lot of money because they're only foiled and available in the
collector's booster
and in the actual printed product.
Yeah.
That pisses me off too. There's a few cards that I really want that I run in a few decks that are only printed in foils because they're printed as like commanders or alternate commanders and stuff.
Right.
Just print a normal version of every card.
What I really liked about the old way of doing foils was that any card from the set could be a foil. And it was and it was like 1 in 10 packs had a foil, right? And it could be a common, and it just meant that much more when you open the pack and you got a rare or a mythic foil, because the value of that card just shot through the roof. And not only that, but it was like the quality behind them. They had layering in the images and everything like that. It was just so aesthetically pleasing to like pull a foil, even if it was a common, and they had layered the foil to give certain elements of the card like depth. So like, for example, I remember, gosh, it's evading me the name, but it's 2 in a black instant that says put a -1/-1 counter on target creature and then proliferate. Way back in the day. But that card, I'll put it up on screen. But
E-core drowning. It's not drowning.
No.
Something else.
But you could bend it in the light and had a guy like smoke or like choking on smoke, stuff like that. But they had layers in the foil for like the smoke versus the person versus the background.
What's also crazy about this is they added these other printings into the main sets, like the invocations, the inventions.
Oh yeah, those were like
all the serialized stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They added all of those to like create this scarcity, create this like highly chaseable stuff. When you were just talking now about like how it used to be 1 in 10 packs that had a foil,
right?
I remember when Innistrad came out, I bought a few boxes with my buddies in community college to draft, because drafting Innistrad was insane.
Yeah,
and there was a statistic that had been posted online that somebody did, where it's like, based on the number of cards in the set, because there's only one type of pack and because there's only so many cards in the set and they're not printed anywhere else, because this was when Magic made sense. Mm-hmm. There was 1 in every 6 boxes had a Liliana of the Veil.
Whoa.
So you had to so you would be really lucky if you got a Lily. And at the time, Lily was the chase card of the set.
Right.
Snappy wasn't big yet. He was like $9.
Yeah.
But Lily was big because she was immediately in Modern. She was immediately in Standard. She was immediately in everything. Mm-hmm. She was even in Legacy at first. It was a big deal. And so everybody wanted this card, and it was like 1 in every 6 boxes. And now I'm thinking about the invocations, and I think they were more common than that.
Yeah, they were.
So
it was like 1 a box.
Yeah, so it's like, I remember it was 1 in every 6 was Lily, and my buddy opened a foil one, and we were like, dude, that's like 1 in every 100.
Yeah.
Odds of that are insane. That doesn't even exist, right? And that's why all the old foils are worth so much money. And it's so crazy because the new foils are always going to be worthless.
Yeah,
they're never going to be valuable again.
Right.
Never in the future of Magic will foil cards ever be worth anything.
Yeah, and it really changed, and this will be like the final talk, or like the final talking point of our old head discussion here, is like it really changed in Commander Legends. Like 2020, when the pandemic hit, and they were pushing really hard to get that set out. They'd already delayed it once because of the pandemic, and they were really trying to push it out. They outsourced the printing to a bunch of different companies, and so you had a wide variety of quality based on whatever box.
Some of the coloration is insane. Some of it is completely washed out.
Yes, in general, right? And so like the foiling was so bad that it was it's
flat.
Yeah, well,
it doesn't look.
That's when people started using the terminology Pringles for foils. People were like, "Oh yeah, these are Pringles. They straight up come out of the pack like this, and then they're like this in no time."
I'm gonna hit you with another
4 or 5 seconds. Yeah,
I did the pre-release for Lorwyn.
Yeah,
and my pre-release foil was MIRRORFORM. And it was completely. It came out like this, and I was like, I don't even want to play this. I don't want to look at it. It's terrible.
Yeah.
But boy, is MIRRORFORM a great card.
Yes. So quality control back in the day, they used to have a corner, like a core test for each card called the corner. All right, like you could touch the opposite corners to each other and let go of the card, and it would fall. It would be flat again. That was like their core test for the structure of the card.
You can't do that anymore.
No, you can't do that anymore. No, it'll ruin the card.
That'll ruin. Yeah.
I had just bought the
crease now. Yeah,
it would crease. I just traded for the Judge Foil food chain with the tiger on it. right? And
you know, I got that card. I love that card.
Yeah, and I showed it to a buddy of mine, and he like picked it up, and he was just like, I wonder if this can pass the core test. And he like took corner to corner and folded it, touched the corners, and then let go, and it snapped right back to...
Shout out 2009.
Yeah, and I freaked out.
No, that wasn't 2009. That was like 2019.
No, the Judge Foil Tiger?
Yeah.
No.
Because it's got a modern border.
Yeah, but it was 2015 or 16. It was before Amonkhet.
I don't know. I got one. One that night. It's been a while.
Anyway,
transition. MIRRORFORM was what I was queuing you up for.
Yes.
Play of the week.
Before we get into the play of the week, just a reminder that our Etsy store is now live. So if you wanted to get any of the tokens produced by the MoxStars X Death Milk designs, you can find them here. The tokens we have available are all listed $3 a piece. And if you are a Patreon supporter, you can reach out to me on the Discord server, and you'll get a promo code to get them for $2 each. So get your tokens while they last. I've got a pretty decent stock of them. So order to your heart's content. All right. This week's play of the week. I'm so sorry, Gabe, but it has to happen. We have to talk about the single greatest MIRRORFORM play that to happen to date. This to set the stage for this, I reach out on the Discord server and I'm like, hey, looking for a game. I really want to get more reps with Animar. So we get a pod going, and I almost immediately regret it in the first couple of turns. I have 2 lands, a Utopia Sprawl, and a Dork, and then I top deck a Kinnan, and so like in a Lightning Greaves. So I'm like 2 lands, or like land Utopia Sprawl, play another land which is a Talon Gates. So like
awkward.
I just needed to keep moving forward. So then I play the Talon Gates. It has no targets. I cast a Bloom Tender and move on.
Okay.
You know,
you're in business,
but I only have green permanent, so it only taps for 1.
Still with Kinnan,
and so I next turn I used the Bloom Tender and some the Talon Gates to, and I was using the Bloom Tender to filter mana through the Talon Gates to get red mana. I'd only had blue and green.
Sometimes times are tough.
Yeah. So I tap the Bloom Tender and the Talon Gates for the Lightning Greaves, move the Lightning Greaves to the Bloom Tender, and then I tap the Utopia Sprawl Forest or whatever to cast a Kinnan. And I'm thinking now, I'm like, all right, I haven't hit 3 lands. It's now turn 4.
And got 5 mana.
Yeah, and I've got 5 mana, so I can cast Animar the next turn, and I should be able to start setting up. So the following turn, I draw a land. I do not draw a land, and I go and I just cast Animar, and I move my Greaves over to Animar. In that same turn cycle, someone board wipes. Just completely wipes me out, and I'm just like, I do not know if I am
You're not in the game.
I do not know if I'm going to make it through this game.
You've been knocked out.
Yes. So I top deck an Enduring Vitality, though. So cast it, and I'm right back in it, baby. So
4 mana the hard way.
Yes. So I cast it out again, or I cast it out, and I put the Greaves on it, and I'm like, oh, I could guess now that all my creatures can now tap for mana the turn they come out. Yep. So now I'm just starting to put creatures out, and it's now getting to like turn 9 or 10. I think people are starting to pity me, and Gabe is popping off with Slimefoot and Squee. Slimefoot and Squee, I don't know if you knew this, is actually a really great Jund build. Every time it enters, it creates a Saproling, and then when it's in the graveyard, you can pay 4 mana, 1, and then Jund combination, sacrifice a Saproling, which it created because it entered, and you can reanimate Slimefoot and Squee and a creature alongside with it. So 2 creatures come to the battlefield. Not only that, but Slimefoot and Squee then produces another Saproling. So if you have a sack outlet, you can then just keep
bringing stuff back.
Keep bringing stuff back. Yep.
But you need to put stuff in there.
You do need to put stuff in there. And Gabe had a greater good. So it was just like...
He's doing it.
Yes, he's doing the thing. And he is swarming the board. And I'm just sitting there just like praying that I get land and that I can ramp and just do something in this game. My opening hand had a MIRRORFORM in it. And it also had a Chameel. And I was just like, I need to make something happen. Gabe's just popping off. I don't know if I'm going to get another turn. So, I cast a Chameel and I roll into like a just a nothing burger. Just put it out on the battlefield, and I'm just like, yep, whatever. And I can't remember exactly what it was. There's video of it.
I'm starting to believe, not to derail here, I'm starting to believe as I play Chameel more in my monocolored deck, I think maybe the best line of text on Chameel is not Discover 5.
No, it's the first one, but
that spells
people think it's scary for some reason. I have not proven to anybody that it's
never
scary yet.
Won me a game.
Yeah, like
it's helped me like stay afloat when I've been like behind in a monocolored deck.
Yeah. So I had the ability to produce 6 mana. So I produced it, boom, Chameel comes down. I had a couple other. Oh, I had cast a Soul Ring and an Arcane Signet as well.
You're back.
So yeah, I've got Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, 2 lands. One is enchanted by a Utopia Sprawl, and then I have Enduring Vitality and like 1 other creature.
Yeah.
So and the Lightning Greaves. So it goes around again, and Gabe puts out like pretty much his win conditions. He puts out a Colossal Grave Reaver amongst a few other things, as he's now has a ton of mana and a ton of creatures on the board, and he's just waiting to swing out. He passes to me because the Grave Reaver does not, when it enters or attacks, it mills 3, and then you get to put a creature from among those onto the battlefield. Or whenever 1 or more creatures are put into your graveyard, you may put 1 onto the battlefield, I think is how it's stated. Mm-hmm. But so he leaves his board and he passes to me. And I'm like, what? My patience is being rewarded? So I tap for 6 mana and I mirror form his Colossal Grave Reaver. And all of a sudden I've got 8 Colossal Grave Reavers, baby, 7 of which can attack. So
how did you make that much mana and still have them untapped?
I had Soul Ring, Signet, and then I had land with
2, 3.
Yep.
4, 5.
Land with Utopia Sprawl and a Talon Gates.
6.
Yeah, 6 mana. So and I didn't have to tap any.
You still had the Grieve. Okay,
yeah. So two of them were tapped.
Okay.
Or no, yeah. So I only had 6 I could attack with.
4 were tapped.
No, because I didn't tap my creatures. I only tapped land. Yep. So they all transform into Colossal Grave Reavers, and when it attacks, it also mills 3. So I swing with 6, I think, a Gabe.
And 6 sixes?
6, 7 sixes.
6, 7.
Flying. Yeah. Hey. And he's got 2 blockers out, and I'm like, on attack, anybody want to do anything?
I'll mill 24.
Yeah, I'll mill 24 cards, or I'll mill only 6 could attack, so I'll mill 18.
18, and then return up to...
I can return all of them because each one.
Any creature. Yeah,
each one sees a different thing. So it's like, so I just start milling 18. It's like Meteor Golem, Urza, like Arcane Proxy, like all these massive, huge bombs that come in. And so I also mill like a Force of Vigor. So I hit the Meteor Golem, I shoot one of his blockers, which is the Colossal Grave Reaver of his, and then he has a an Ornithopter of Paradise.
Creatures, I thought, just creatures.
What's that?
Colossal Grave Reaver.
Yes, it does, but I grabbed a Meteor Golem off of it.
Oh,
yeah.
You mentioned a Force of Vigor.
Yes, so I hit the Arcane Proxy, which is a 4/3 that grabs a spell equal to its mana value or equal to its power.
Oh,
and recasts it.
Arcane Proxy did. Oh, my
yeah. So it comes in, it grabs the Force of Vigor, I shoot his Ornithopter of Paradise, and I blow up his Greater Good. And I'm like, now I'm cruising. And I end up knocking him out and killing him. And then I spilled out 18 cards, probably put 9 or 10 creatures onto the battlefield. And then all of a sudden, the next turn goes around and everyone's just like, whatever we do, we just have to make sure he doesn't win. I don't care who wins, just make sure he doesn't win.
Did you lose?
No, you can't lose from that position. So next turn I get around, I have 7 or 8 Colossal Grave Reavers that can attack now. So it's like my Utopia Sprawl turn.
I thought it was until end of turn.
No, Mirror Form turns them into that forever. They turn into that forever. This is why Mirror Form's busted. And because I killed Gabe, they stayed Colossal Grave Reavers because they changed into it. They didn't become, or they didn't take it or anything like that. They weren't permanents that were his. So
that is, what an interesting card. This design really, sometimes you read a card and you kind of skip over that because, a lot of times I feel I imply that something is until end of turn because certain effects are typically that way.
Right.
And then I don't actually like read the card. You know, I put extra text onto it. Until right now, even after you briefly told me this earlier, I was under the impression that, you know, you got all these Grave Reavers for one turn and then you know, established a huge board.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's any non-land no, it's not even non-land. It's just any permanent.
Yeah.
All non-land permanents you control become a copy of target permanent.
Oh, it's non-land.
Yeah, non-land you control.
I sound like an idiot right now.
You can turn all of your non-lands into lands.
Right. No, I knew that line.
So
I clearly had more reading to do on this card.
Yeah, I should have the card up on screen during this whole thing. So.
It's a very strange card.
Yeah, it's one of the strangest designs, and I think it's one of the most confusing designs, and that's why the cost of the card is not reflective of its power. You know, especially in Commander, when you're playing at bracket 3, or even if you're playing bracket 4, imagine someone plays a Smothering Tithe, and then you've just accumulated some sort of resource, and then you go MIRRORFORM, Smothering Tithe, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I've got 7 or 8 Smothering Tithes.
Even if you have a Smothering Tithe and you have a bunch of treasure, you can make all your treasures into Smothering Tithe.
Yes.
Or if you have a token generator that makes a bunch of tokens.
Any of that.
Make all those token generators into all those tokens into token generators.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you go to your next player's turn after MIRRORFORMing everything into Smothering Tides.
Yeah.
And then they draw a card and you're like, would you like to pay 16 or I will get 8 treasures?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're like, there's no
no way out.
There's no way out, and there's no beating anybody from that stance.
Yeah.
You know, it's impossible to really get a player off of that. Like, and not many players are running destroy all enchantments or blow up all artifacts.
I think that's where it could secretly really find a strong home as an enchantress deck or even kind of a stacks build.
Yeah.
Because if you turn everything into ghostly prisons, there's functionally no way
to lose the game.
Yeah.
In lower brackets. Now I will say that it is there are mistakes to be made with MIRRORFORM as well. There's a pretty high
You put all your
curve.
marbles in one thing, really.
Yeah. There's a pretty high learning curve to it all because there's this idea that, like, I don't know, I was watching on Arena the other day that someone MIRRORFORMed their entire board into a star cage thinking that it would exile things.
Doesn't enter.
Yeah, never entered. The things have already entered. So MIRRORFORM does not actually get you ETB triggers, which is where a lot of cards provide their value on ETB. So it's hard to like MIRRORFORM. Sometimes it's difficult to find a target.
It's a good time to have this card when everything is a Titan.
Yes, that's another thing I was going to say is the design philosophy right now is everything's a Titan. So even if you don't get the enter, if you steal something and attack with it for the turn, you get the effect. Yeah, the things you cannot target with MIRRORFORM, or you can target them, but not to great success. You can't target legendary things.
No,
because then you just
actually with Mirror Box, no, because your Mirror Box will become it too.
Yes, yeah, your Mirror Box becomes
no
the
way
thing.
To do it. There's no line to do it.
No, unless you're playing Sakashima as your commander, and then you, Sakashima becomes it doesn't work. So there are a lot of things where you go, oh, that should work. Oh, wait, no, it doesn't. That should work. No, wait, no, it doesn't. Oh, I'd love 8 Guys Cradles. No, you wouldn't, because you gotta sacrifice all but one. So it's a funny design. Like legendaries, you're not able to target things with ETBs. You're not able to target because you get literally no value off of them. So it's a really cool card. It provides moments of glory like that, this week's play of the week that, it was like, even in the following turn, I got to attack with 8 of them. And it was just like, throw half my library onto the battlefield because of the Grave Reaver. So it was, really unbelievable where I came from a position of like having no chance and Gabe was just dominating and he was just waiting for his next turn to win. Because he had
never got that turn.
Well, I was waiting for him to reanimate the Terror of the Peaks. Like, that's what I was really waiting for, because then I would just turn everything into Terror of the Peaks.
But they don't enter.
They don't enter.
Grave Reaver's better. It gets you more.
In that moment.
That's the other thing. The last thing we'll say about this and move on.
Yeah.
Is my take from that card when I saw it in Limited and anything was make it into something that will produce more things in the future.
Yes.
Because if you just like we mentioned Smothering Tithe, we've mentioned token generators, we've mentioned the Grave Reaver. Anything that's reanimating stuff, anything that's drawing cards.
Nexus of Becoming.
Sure. Don't just make it into a thing that's good and is just by itself.
Yep.
Because then if you get blown out, you've committed everything to it. And you don't have anything to show for it. I think if you turn them all into like a Sun Titan, that's great because now you have a huge board unrelated to, like, if they clear everything else out, you'll have brought back other stuff. You know, the turning. It's always scary to me when you go all in on a card. And this is a card that you literally have to go all in on.
Well, because if
it doesn't say up to as many.
No, it's just everything turns into it. So the crazy part is that because I only had 2 lands and now everything was a creature, it was like if one board wipe.
Right.
And
but like, because the Grave Reaver
like,
gets you stuff out of your yard, you had enough new permanents out.
Yes.
Yeah. So
yeah, really, really crazy play. Really, really crazy card. Even though like we do name and are making a point of these downsides to Mirror Form, it is in Commander. If you're playing bracket 3, it's worth it. Bracket 4, like
any
you're optimizing
big blue deck.
Yeah,
there's a lot of big Simic in.
Yeah, there's less time to fire it off in bracket 4, but in bracket 3, I think there's plenty of time to fire it off. And it
could work in bracket 2 too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you'll trounce.
It scales up with power, like the more powerful the permanents are. And
even like just any of the precon, like the typal precons, just like Hackball or something, just put in a Mirror Form. It's disgusting. Disgusting.
Yeah. I've been thinking about putting it into Shiko for the Simulacrum synthesizer. So that the next thing you bring back.
Make them all synthesizers, and then the next thing you do, you play like a Skyclave Relic.
Yeah.
Kicked.
Yeah. And then you're just like, blah!
Make 90.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So really fun things that have, a lot of potential. All right. This coming weekend, when this episode is published, tomorrow, we're recording this on a Thursday, TMNT becomes legal. Becomes
pre-release.
Yeah, pre-release weekend is happening. So not even pre-release, right? They changed it so that it's just release weekend.
That's what.
It's a pre-release event still, but it's just release weekend.
I don't know any.
All of the cards are tournament legal starting tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you don't even have to wait a week.
Oh, God. Then it's just a release.
Yeah, it's just a release weekend.
Pre-releases were fun because you got to do limited before it became just the chase cards.
Yep. Not the case anymore, but we do have tons of new cards. With this pre-release coming up yesterday, so the Wednesday before pre-release, all arena content creators get access to the 24-hour event that allows them to like build and brew and use a lot of these new cards for the first time ever. So we get to see really cool cards like the Last Ronin's Technique. And it's a 4-mana instant that has Sneak for 1 and a white. Create 3 1/1 white Ninja Turtle Spirit creature tokens. If this spell's Sneak cost was paid, they enter tapped and attacking. This is huge because, one, as I was like watching streamers yesterday, almost everybody had a deck built around this. This in a couple different Leonardos, like Leonardo, Leader in Blue. When if its Sneak cost is paid, creatures you control get +2/+0 until end of turn. So
very effective.
Very effective. Leonardo, Cutting Edge, which is a 1-mana sneak that says whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on it.
I called this one out earlier. I like this a lot. I think the cool thing about this one is, unlike the other sneak cards, irregardless of how you cast this, the card is the same. The only cool thing about casting this with Sneak is it's actually cheaper, and it'll come in as a 2/2 essentially, because after it connects, it'll get the counter because it has lifelink. This is a really strong card. It is legendary, which makes it a little less good, but it's an Ajani's Pridemate that grows itself.
Enables itself, yeah.
We've never seen that.
Right.
So, pretty cool.
You said irregardless.
I meant regardless.
There you go. Just had to,
No.
had to acknowledge that. All of our listeners out there were like, did he just say irregardless?
You're right.
Yeah. Leonardo Big Brother is also another big one in these like little. I can't say white weenies because this is the first time I think we've seen a white weenie strategy come out where the cards' mana values are higher, but they have reduced costs in some way. Right, like most of the time,
there was the Dimir Jujitsu. There's the dynamite going off today. My brain's a little fried. The Dimir Ninjutsu deck that came out after Neon Dynasty, right?
Yeah,
and then there was also a white weenie aggro strategy that was pretty good before that from Brothers War. Mm-hmm. But those were all kind of chunky. Yeah. These are very small. These are actual weenies. We are seeing some real weenie action. Especially with the creating 3/1/1s.
Yeah, and we have Leonardo Big Brother, which is a 3-mana legendary common. This is a common that has sneak for 1 white mana. Leonardo gets +1/+0 for each other creature you control. So if you're able to pop off with the last run-ins technique and then the following turn hit with a Leonardo Big Brother.
Sneak for 1 mana.
Sneak for 1 mana. You're hitting with like a 6/3. Like it really is insane.
And then Leonardo Leader in blue is your top end.
Yeah, you absolutely like. Mm-hmm. It's just 1 white mana to get a creature out that you can pay 2 to give it first strike, and then the flexibility on these 3 Leonardos, they all fit in the same deck.
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize there's a 1 mana 2/1. Yeah. Man, we keep creeping the 1 mana 2/1.
Yes.
I still go back to it was not long ago that they still had to have a downside.
Right, yeah.
I remember playing Jackal Pups.
Yeah, or Goblin Guides.
Fire Drinker Satyr.
Yeah. Oh, yep.
That was a rare.
Yep.
That's an uncommon.
It's an uncommon. Sometimes they print the 2/1 in common, too.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, even we have Prehistoric Pet, which is 1 white mana. We're going to go through each color, but this is a 1 mana Dinosaur Ninja. So a 1/2 that says this creature can't be blocked by creatures with greater power, so Skulk. And 1 in a white tap, return another target creature you control to its owner's hand. Activate only as a sorcery. So
lets you re-sneak things.
Yes, lets you re-sneak things. It's very flexible.
Very sneaky.
Very sneaky.
My favorite still is the Turncoat. But the Turncoat does have black in it, so I don't know how much it'll get played in this deck.
The Kunoichi. This is 2 and a white for a Mutant Ninja Fox 3/2 that when this enters, choose target creature an opponent controls, exile that creature until this creature leaves the battlefield. If this creature's sneak cost was paid, instead, exile the chosen creature. So
exile no downside's crazy.
Yeah, exile no downside for 2 a white and a black sneak. That's pretty good. Turtles Forever, we don't know. This is obviously one of the first cards spoiled from the set. We'll see what that does for Commander. I think that's pretty much exclusively a Commander card. Yeah. The one card that people are really trying to force, and I don't think it's very good actually, is Triceraton Commander.
It's good in dinosaur decks.
That's the thing. It was bad. It was just getting outclassed by all the white weenie stuff. It was getting outclassed by...
No, but I mean in Commander.
Yes, in Commander
is nuts because you have a lot of dinosaurs that trigger off other dinosaurs,
and it has a really high ceiling where you can pump tons of mana into it. It's not really a great hit off of like Gishath, but it does allow Gishath the following turn to be a flyer. So whenever this creature attacks, dinosaurs you control get, other than this creature, get +1/+1 and gain flying until end of turn. When it enters, create X 2/2 white dinosaur soldier tokens.
What this screams to me, because this thing is kind of like the whole army.
Yeah.
A lot of times when I see a card like this, I think like Control Shell. This is you have like 1 or 2 of these.
This reminds me of the angel card that you cycle it and you get so many angels.
Yeah, because it's like you don't need anything else.
Yeah.
If you resolve one of these, even if they remove the commander, you can just kill them.
Right.
With the tokens. So the idea is like if you can control the game to the point where you can get this out at a high X value, you're fine.
Right. Yeah. White blue in standard right now is very powerful. It's like a really good control shell right now. So as we go down to blue, honestly, I didn't really see a whole lot of blue in the pre-release or in the sneak peek event. I was hoping to see more Donatello Gadget Master like decks.
Not in limited, but I could see this will get play.
Sneak in.
I think it'll be pretty nasty in Commander, actually.
Yeah, I think so too. The bigger your plays are, the more effective this becomes.
You can sneak from the command zone.
Ooh. Ooh. Yep. Yeah, you can. That's crazy. All right. This is Gavin's fix to Commander Ninjutsu, isn't it? This is, oh man, he is trying to make up for the sins of the past.
I'm just saying, you can't in the command zone. Which makes
Why did you tell me that? I hate that. I hate that. Well, I like it as a mechanic, but like, now that I know that it's designed that way.
But that's the other thing about the white weenie deck that we were just talking about is like, I mean, we could stay on blue, but I'm just saying, in general, this sneak effect, a lot of times the downside of playing these really linear, low to the ground, cheapy aggro decks is that, you know, your opponent knows every card in your deck and he knows when you're playing them, and then you have to just turn them sideways the next turn. Yes. If you can present a bunch of meaningless 1/1s and then actually end up hitting them with a bunch of legendary stuff that like builds after they've declared no blocks, that's a problem. That fundamentally increases the effectiveness of a white weenie deck much higher. And a blue and a colorless can just mill half their deck.
Yeah, so that's the next card we're going to... I will say before we go on to the Kitsune's technique, Donatello's technique is actually going to be, I think, pretty heavily played.
The card is insane.
Yeah, 2 and a blue for a sorcery, but it has sneak for 1 blue, draw 2 cards. So, one blue mana, instant speed during combat, draw 2 cards.
I'd also just want to say, while we're talking about sneak, what has been one of the most oppressive decks in Standard in the last 3 years? The Pixie decks.
Yeah, it's been the Dimir.
The Pixie decks, and if you play Arena, if you get to a certain level in Historic and whatever,
this makes Bitter Blue Bear better.
They're just flickering. What's the Otter talent? The one.
Storm Chaser's talent.
Yeah, they just flicker that and they win.
Yeah,
with Corey Steel Cutter, they flicker that, they win.
Yeah, that was
So now in Standard now, right? Like we might not have a lot of the Pixie shell with the rotation.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have, but now we have this, which is nuts. Pay a blue, return something, draw 2 cards. You play the Nightmare Beaver. You play
yes,
you play it,
which we will get to.
Scry 1. They drain 1. You hit them for 1.
Yes, and you get it back.
Draw 2 cards. Play it again on turn 2. You've spent a total of 3 mana to drain them 2 life, to hit them for 1, to draw 2 cards, and to scry 2. That is ridiculous efficiency.
The Nightmare Beaver is reminiscent of the Hopeless Nightmare.
Yeah, Hopeless Nightmare.
Yeah. Okay, so Kitsune's technique with sneak and everything is very powerful. A lot of the sneak preview decks were playing this. It was a blue-white control shell that would just get Spyglass Sirens out, and then with that 1 mana flyer, you get through on turn 2, you mill half their library. On turn 3, you play the Riverturn Monument. Turn 4, you activate the Riverturn Monument, and you just end the game. So Kitsune's technique is very powerful. It does require like the perfect curve, but I don't know. Here's the thing, I don't know if it will really be effective in Constructed. Like there are already a lot of like mill effects and mill decks that are not blue-white, they're blue-black. And I don't know if Kitsune's technique's really going to like affect those decks. It's the Singularity decks, cards from Edge of Eternities. But alongside, I do believe Kitsune's technique will be incredibly popular in Commander. I do think this will be something where
instant include in every mill deck.
Yeah. This is a Bruvac staple now. You know, it'll have value just for that alone.
Attack you with Bruvac.
Yep.
I'll kill you.
Yeah, attack with something else and then push through and
we just play Bruvac.
Yeah.
Hit you for poke you for 1.
Yep.
Return it to your hand.
Cast it. 6 mana instant, by the way. It's an instant. If you're controlling,
insane.
Yeah, controlling the game long enough, you don't need to sneak. You don't even need to have creatures. Yeah, so as we go down, negate getting another printing, great. Mondo Gecko, I didn't even realize was a mythic, but we'll see if that ever sees play. 1 and 2 blue. You can pay 1, discard a card until end of turn. Mondo Gecko becomes a color of your choice and gains hexproof from that color. Whenever Mondo Gecko deals combat damage to a player, draw a card for each color among permanents you control. With Vivid, and, well, I think they're losing the ley line.
Yeah. If the ley line was still in standard, we'd have a few problems actually.
Yeah, it'd be pretty good. Pretty good card. Blue seems pretty straightforward. This is another set where I feel like this doesn't. I don't know. Maybe blue seems a little weak. It's also not a lot of cards.
No.
So.
God, there's like no cards in this set.
Yeah. Moving on to black. The first thing we'll talk about is we do have the Dream Beavers. This is a 1 black mana Beaver Nightmare. Hilarious typing. A 1/1 flying with when this creature enters, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Scry 1. This is every aggro strategy's nightmare, especially when in tandem with the sneak mechanic. Because it's a 1/1 flying, it can get through most all of the time. It'll get bounced, and for 1 black mana, you're right. It's just pixies. It's just pixies over and over again.
Death in the Family is insane.
Yeah. Also, if you haven't seen Death in the Family, 1 in a black instant, exile target creature with mana value 3 or less. This is what was the?
We've been playing Go for the Throat and stuff, and we've been playing Children's Edict and all this stuff. This hits everything you want to hit.
It outclasses those by far. Like we talked about.
3 or less? The only thing this can't kill that's relevant is like Children.
Ouroboros, like in standard.
Ouroboros, yeah.
But everything else.
Exile at instant speed from black? Nuts.
Yeah. That's the first time we've seen it. It used to be like calling. Not calling. But it used to be like the week or something like that. But
there's a bunch of kill spells that 1 in a black instant, and they usually are, circumstantial. They don't kill a specific type of card, or none of them exile.
Yeah, this effect, the exile 3 or less, used to be 2 in a black, and it used to be sorcery speed.
Yes.
So now it's 1 in a black instant. So yeah, we have another really interesting mythic, which I plan to play a lot of in my new Onyxia deck, which is the Cloning of Shredder. It's 4 and 2 black. There have also been a couple of really fun builds built around this and O'Hare Talk. So you create, 6 mana. It comes down. You exile the O'Hare Talk from the graveyard. It's the only creature in the library. You put a copy of it out. 6 is vigilance. That says whenever you create a creature token, you create 3 times that many. So then the second time it triggers, you get another copy of O'Hare Talk, but you're going to get 3 more copies of O'Hare Talk. And on the third trigger, you're going to get 81 copies of O'Hare Talk. So it's really cool in tandem with like Caretaker's Talent, because on the first trigger, you can drop this down, and then if you have 1 white mana, you can then copy the O'Hare Talk immediately, and now you have 4 of them. And then you get to that. I think it's 254 something copies if you do it right. But yeah, it's a really cool effect. It says on the first trigger, I should have read it first, exile target creature card from your graveyard, create a token that's a copy of it, except it isn't legendary and is a mutant in addition to its other types. And then on the second and third trigger, it's the same exact ability, except you're not exiling anything. It's asking you to create a token that's a copy of a card exiled with this saga. If you double the trigger on the first one, you can, or if you're able to like recycle them, you can then choose between the creatures you've exiled. So pretty cool flexibility. There's a really high ceiling for that. Also, if you just throw your commander in the graveyard or whatever, you can now get non-legendary copies of it. Pretty cool. All right. Oh, wait. Yeah, you'd have to leave it exiled under the Cloning of Shredder, though.
It's a very weird card.
Yeah. They thought about it.
They did. You can tell.
Yep. All right. This is the next card we're going to talk about in black is very interesting. I do believe this is where Rampage will come in next week and tell us what card he loves. But it's Madam Null, Power Broker. This is 2 in a black for a legendary Demon Advisor. 1/3 death touch that says whenever another creature you control enters, you may pay life equal to its power. If you do, put that many +1/+1 counters on it.
So we
disgusting.
This is literally just Railway Brawler in black.
Yeah.
For 2 less mana.
Yes.
And you have to pay life.
But if you're casting someone with like lifelink, it just
doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I think it's really interesting.
This is an insane card.
Yeah. I think it's really interesting. I think it's going to be very broken and easy to kind of like push the limit on this.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. The last card in black that we'll highlight for the moment is another Teom card I think is going to see play immediately is Super Shredder. So, and black also got another piece of enchantment removal, if you were not aware. Shredder's Technique. 2 and a black for a sorcery, but also sneak for 1 black mana, destroy target creature or enchantment. If it was an enchantment, you lose 2 life. But Super Shredder is 1 and a black. You probably already, if you've seen this set, you probably know what it does. But it says it's a 1/1 menace. Whenever another permanent leaves the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on Super Shredder. It's a mutant ninja human. The problem with this is that in Constructed, I've already seen a bunch of like Golgari decks that play the, not Jaheira deck, because that's the token thing, but it's like the Mutant Matters legendary creature for 4 mana from Final Fantasy. It says whenever another mutant you control dies, draw cards equal to its power. So Super Shredder gets big quick, and I don't think people realize that it's whenever another permanent leaves the battlefield, whether it's sneak, whether it's cracking a mutagen token, whether it's...
In Commander, when an opponent dies, all of their permanents leave the game.
Yes. And you get counters for all of them.
Every single one.
Yes. If they scoop, this is anti-scoop tech. All right. Cool But Rude is an enchantment that has everybody clamoring in
Speaking of cool but rude.
Yeah, Cool But Rude. This is your card?
I didn't even think that was a...
It's 1 in a red for whenever you attack, you may discard a card. It's a class, so you can level this up.
Cool but rude is a class?
Yeah.
Give me a break.
If you do draw a card, so whenever you attack, you may discard a card. If you do draw a card, you can pay 1 in a red to level it up. Whenever you discard a card, this class deals 2 damage to each opponent.
Oh, that's not bad.
So, yeah, a lot of these discard...
What's the final state here?
It says 1 in a red when this class becomes level 3. Search your library for a card, put it into your hand, shuffle, then discard a card at random. So it gambles.
Oh, a gamble.
Yeah.
Oh, cute.
It gambles at the end.
Cool but rude.
And you discard, the card you discard will trigger it, and you'll deal 2 damage to each opponent.
Oh, this is cute.
Yeah, cool but rude.
It's not a good card. It's not a bad card.
It's fun.
It's a fun card.
It's a very fun card.
I don't even think it's that rude.
You can make a whole build around this, and I think lessons.
I wouldn't do that.
It'll be a lessons
I think
deck
this is.
in
I think
Constructed.
This is. Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, in Commander, I think this has a place in a lot of like more mid 3 bracket and lower, maybe even some 4 spell slinger decks.
Yeah.
where you're looting a lot.
Yeah, like
it's nice to have an extra gamble.
Yeah,
that is nice.
Really crazy when
Also,
you
it
get like
turns
a
all your
windfall.
looting into
Yeah, get like a windfall and then
Wheel of Fortune
crazy
deals
damage.
14 is pretty nuts.
Yeah. As we go down, speaking of Wheel of Fortune, we do have a new wheel in red. It's called Raphael's Technique. It's 4 and 2 red for an instant that has sneak for 2 in a red.
We have
each player
speed wheel?
Yes, we have instant speed Wheel of Fortune.
Oh my God, what are we doing?
Each player may discard their hand and draw 7 cards.
And just to clarify, the sneak condition is you just return a tapped creature to your hand, right?
Yes.
So I can do this on an opponent's turn?
Yes. Or no. You can't sneak on an opponent's turn, but you can...
Cast a spell for 2 in a red. If you do return...
Yeah. So if you may cast a spell for 2 in a red if you also return an unblocked attacker you control to hand during the declare blockers step. So after blockers are declared...
How are some... Okay.
Because priority is now your opponents. Once they have declared their blockers and you have an unblocked creature, you can then sneak it, but only during your turn.
Okay.
Yep. But otherwise...
But still, if
you're playing...
You're wheeling in the middle of combat.
Yes. But you can also, on your opponent's end step, for 6 mana...
Yeah,
wheel. Yeah. So this is the first time we've seen anything like that.
That is a great card, and I am immediately putting it in Norn.
Yeah, it's a really good card.
I actually like it more than Wheel of Misfortune.
Yeah, it's better than Wheel of Misfortune.
Yeah, Wheel of Misfortune you sometimes don't get to wheel.
Correct. Like this is just
strictly better.
Strictly better at instant speed. It could be even better than Wheel of Fortune.
I don't think it's better than Wheel of Fortune.
Well, in a lot of, I could even see this seeing play in cEDH where like Timna decks want to get through.
Yeah, it's easy to poke somebody.
Yes.
Especially in red is the thing that I was thinking with Norn. It's like I could attack with Norn and trigger on the stack when he's attacking. Oh, you can only do it after declare blockers, right?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
In red, I imagine everyone was excited about getting new Raphael cards because he's like the punk and the guy in the group that's kind of very aggressive. You get one. I think the Mythic is not very good. Whenever Raphael is dealt damage, add that much red mana. But Raphael the Night Watcher, I think, is far better. It's 4 mana, rare. For a 2/3, attacking creatures you control have double strike, but you can also sneak it in for 1 and 2 red.
That's ridiculous.
So this is it's reminiscent of Embercleave, but not quite, because you don't give trample.
They don't get trample, but
you're sneaking already, which means it gets through. It's a fourth.
The pressure that this will put mid combat is ridiculous.
Yes. Also, another card that was other content creators have been ranking really high. Slash Reptile Rampager, 3 and 2 red. Whenever another creature you control enters, Slash deals 2 damage to each opponent. Whenever Slash attacks, create a 2/2 red mutant creature token.
Oof. If that had trample, it'd be a house.
Yeah, be real good. Moving on to green. Guac and Marshmallow Pizza. Awesome. Cool.
Ew.
Michelangelo, the weirdness to 11, I think, is going to be the one that people go after. This is a 2 mana 1/1 Mutant Ninja Turtle that says when it enters, create a mutagen token. If 1 or more +1/+1 counters would be put on a creature you control, put that many +1 instead. So, yeah. Incidentally, lots and lots of +1/+1 counters. I saw this a lot in Golgari builds with the Super Shredder and that elf from Final Fantasy. So, pretty cool. And then, the Michelangelo Improviser, the Mythic Rare, just doesn't really do that much. It puts a creature or land from your hand on the battlefield. Oh man,
look how they massacred my boy.
What are you talking about?
Poison Dart Frog is now Frog Butler, and Frog Butler's like kind of worse.
Where's Frog Butler? Oh, hey.
It's just Poison Dart Frog, but inverse. Instead of paying 2 to give it Death Touch, you pay 2 to give it Reach.
Yeah, I think that's worse.
It's way worse.
Yeah.
Because they forget about the second ability.
Right. We obviously have talked about, Ninja Pizza in the back, in the last week's episode. We have, Party Dude, which is a class that enters and gives each player a food token. And levels up, it does other things, gives creatures +X/+X, blah, 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 blah. Green actually has very few cards. Green feels like not really that fleshed out. Pretty weak. We're going to go test out the pre-release this weekend, so we'll report back.
I feel like half this set is rares.
Yeah, there are a lot of rares and mythics. I don't
understand.
So and we had talked about all the multicolored tandem stuff. We could talk about that all day. I think the things we're most excited for are actually things I'm most excited for are actually the colorless things. I think the ooze is very important.
Technodrome is going to be...
Technodrome. I saw some really cool decks with that.
That's going to be good. Krang is so powerful. It's crazy.
Yes, I wanted to double back on that.
He is now one of those cards that you got to... He's a boogeyman.
Yes.
This is a boogeyman.
Yep. Because
like
itself is...
This is like an Ulamog. This is like a Blightsteel. This is one of those things that when you put this in, oh shit.
Yeah. It goes in Chico, I think. You could play it in Chico if you wanted to.
It's steep.
And then the lands are all like, there's not really anything there. I don't think there's even a rare land cycle in this. So, and then there's all the alternate artworks. This is our set review. So we'll review these artworks. They're not good.
Yes.
They're going to be very annoying to pull from your packs.
I do not like the web. A lot of people were talking about the digital arts and enjoying them, and I do not.
Yeah. All right. This has been the MoxStars podcast, number 1 podcast on the internet for Magic the Gathering and Dr. Pepper and Plays of the Week. You don't see MIRRORFORM do that much very often. You can also find and support us on YouTube, where you can like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more notifications. You can also find us on all podcasting platforms, where you can leave us a 5-star review to make us look super duper cool. You can also find us on Patreon by becoming an official Pepperhead. Like Gabe, McOy, and definitely Jeremy, Mono Greg, UWP Quirt, Will Rule, Pool Boy Barry, Ryan G, Adam, and we have our first fan club member, Person. So thank you all for your support. It truly means the world to us. So get on there, join the Discord server, join the Patreon, all those things. Thank you so much for tuning in. You are awesome. And we're out of here. We're going to go play some Magic, turn some cardboard sideways.
Yes, we are.
Peace.